we have Marquis on the phone right now. Welcome to WPFW.
Hey, glad to be here, man. Good to hear your voice.
Well, good to hear yours also, and your music. So you're coming into town as part of the Jazz in the Hood's DC Jazz Festival, and my good friend Corcoran Holt is going to be performing with you, making a trip back from Arizona to hook you up.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, this is kind of a series he's been doing for a while, and it's cool that we can have this performance a part of the DC Jazz Festival. Yeah, it's going to be a good time.
Absolutely. You know, I'm really thrilled that Corcoran's got a job, a position out of Arizona State University. My daughter's been working out there, and he's got advanced degrees from there, and so I'm hooking them up to introduce her to the community out there in D.C., and she's already hooked up with Lewis Nash, who's on the faculty there also. So Corcoran's going to be in good company there. Yeah,
he's in good company for sure. It's a great program out there, and so I've been telling him, congrats, man. That's such a major look for him. And yeah, it's going to be a beautiful thing for him. But I'm glad we're coming back to D.C. and playing a part of the Jazz Festival.
Absolutely. So folks new to your music, tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into playing the trumpet, and where you grew up.
Yeah, born Southside Chicago. I started, playing the trumpet in the 5th grade. My first instrument was the drums. I started on the drums in the 4th grade, but I kind of transitioned into the trumpet in the 5th grade because one of my older cousins played the trumpet, and I wanted to be like my cousin, so I switched to the trumpet. And it's a taxing instrument, but it came kind of naturally to me. And I've just been playing really honestly ever since. Played throughout elementary school, middle school, high school. Start to get serious towards the end of high school. Once I realized, I can actually make an actual career out of this. I can get scholarship money. Oh. I already had the love and the passion.
Sure. No, and some important competitions along the way. What's called the Monk competition was certainly a great recognition. Sure. Absolutely. No. So, what have you been doing lately? What kind of performances have you been doing since the pandemic receded?
Man, a little bit of everything, man. Working on music of my own, doing the sideman thing, touring with my buddy Makai McCraven, and working on music, just creating. I'm in a space of just always trying to create and surround myself with creative people who are going to push me. So just constantly in that space.
So tell us about this recent release, Rituals and Routines, that Michael Phillips laid a copy on me. He downloaded it and put it on a disc so I could play it here. So tell us about what you were doing with this.
Cool. That's very cool. No, that's the latest project. I call it tapes. My major studio recordings versus like my more experimental tapes. This is more of an experimental tape. And it just deals with the concepts of building your own rituals, building your own routines just to better yourself, to better the flow of your day. Once we get up in the morning, we have to get ready for our day. And once we go out into the world, step outside of our house, we're kind of bombarded with the energies of the world. So stronger and the more solid your daily ritual and routine that you have before you actually have to go out into the world, the smoother you can operate in the world. So it's more about just getting your own personal rituals and routines and putting power into those things and being able to function in the world, at a smooth level.
Absolutely. Well, I got to tell you a story about one of the musicians on your recording. Back around 2009, I guess it was. My grandson was on a little league travel team, and one of his teammates was Brody Cook. And between games out at the Cal Ripken Center, I was talking with his parents, Anthony, and his wife about stuff, and then all of a sudden they're on the phone because they got a call from their other son of the 4 talking about a project he was doing for Paul Carr. And I said, oh, wow, Paul's a friend of mine, And so we got into a conversation about Braxton's project for the Jazz Academy of Music and what he was doing. And and where he was going to go to school. He was thinking about Manhattan School of Music, but because Anthony was a professor at Georgetown, that was an option. And that year, I was teaching jazz history, 2010, the year that Braxton went to Georgetown University for a year, and the second semester I taught the jazz history course that he took. So you could test his knowledge about the music.
Yeah, Braxton's, man, he's one of the baddest, man.
Boy, he's certainly done well. Certainly done well with his career. So I've actually put in the one that features Braxton on this recording. So
very cool.
Yeah. So tell us about the concept that you were doing with the titles and rituals and routines.
Yeah. So each track is a part of my personal ritual. To be honest. Track 1 is Rise, track 2 is Breathe. The project pretty much kind of walks you through kind of a daily ritual, leading up into the moment you actually have to go out into the world and interact with people and different energies. So each track is, kind of a stepping stone and a leading point to a complete ritual. So we have Rise, Breathe, Cleanse, Stretch, Peace, which is meditate, Fuel, which is feeding yourself, fueling your body. So yeah, it's an actual ritual. Each track highlights and kind of paints a ritual.
So we're gonna do the I guess it's the Cleanse that's number 4 with Braxton. But before we get into to the music and concluding our interview, so who's going to be working with you at Tacoma Station next week with you and Corcoran?
Yeah, this is Corcoran put together an amazing kind of DC all-star band. We've got Kwaku Sumley, of course, tearing it up, and of course Corcoran is playing, and Alan Johnson is on piano, and myself on trumpet. And you'll hear some original music from myself, some original music from Corcoran. We'll throw in some covers, some standards. It's really just going to be a kind of a party. I'm looking forward to it.
Fantastic. Well, Alan Johnson's my colleague at the University of the District of Columbia, where I'm teaching jazz history now, and we got a great program there, man. It's really been awesome working with Alan. Well, man, it's been really a treat talking with you and featuring your music tonight, and I'm sure we're going to get a good turnout with all the activities going on. What Michael's been doing with the program at Tacoma Station has been marvelous, and they really fill up the club. So I want to, again, thank you for calling in tonight as we hear the Cleanse with Braxton Cook playing with you, Marquis.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Good. Otherwise engaged here. Otherwise, I'd be there next Thursday. But that's why we got you on this week. Thanks again for calling in. And
thank you so much.
Catch you later. Talk to you in a bit. Bye now.